There we go. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great start to your day. Wherever you're tuning in live, just want to welcome all the new people that have joined over the last couple weeks. Really happy to have you here on this channel. If you're new or you're an old timer, go ahead and say hello in the chat. We got a really awesome topic we're going to cover today that I'm really excited to dive into. So let me just see here. Making sure everything's coming in good. You can hear me okay. All right, cool. It looks like everything's coming in okay. Just gonna keep this here to make sure we got everything dialed in. Let me see what happens here. All right. Sweet. Well, welcome everyone to today's live. I don't normally do lives. It's been quite a while before I've done something like this, but hopefully if you folks would like, I'm going to base it on feedback I get from you all here in this channel, my subscribers, welcome. And those of you who are not subscribed to the channel, welcome. And hopefully I can earn your subscribership here. We have a lot to talk about today. Those of you who have been following this channel know that we're really devoted to bringing everybody into this new earth, this new creation that's really happening here, has been happening for quite some time, but you can feel it is getting stronger and stronger literally as the months go by. I'm getting just as feedback from clients and people I talk to every day that people are having either these incredibly transformative experiences, whether with their illness or with their life, like things are just really in this kind of pressure cooker a little bit, where things are changing. A lot is happening, obviously, in our world. So let's get into this, okay? And if you're new here and you're just, I welcome you all to say hello in the chat. Oh, and please go ahead and ask your questions below. That's also something I want you to encourage you all to do, because I will make time here in a little bit to answer your questions, whatever is really in your heart, what you want to know, what you're here to hopefully uncover for yourself. So a little bit about my background. Those of you who are new, I've been in this field of helping people with chronic pain for about 20 years. And what I've found is, so I've gone from more of a, you could say, clinical background, where I've helped people through classical Chinese medicine. And those of you that aren't aware of that, that really uses the modalities of acupuncture, Chinese herbs, Tui Na, body work, and a variety of other ways, dietary therapy, and then lifestyle changes that we call Yang Shen. And over the course of my work, what I found was that mechanically, those things are all really good. Like maybe you've experienced it where you've had some, symptoms, and you've taken herbal therapy or you've changed your diet and you've had that change, right? You've had that literally biochemical change in your body that produces like, oh, symptoms go away, my head feels better, my cold feels better. Um, that's all good, right? I don't want to say anything of the lesser. It's a form of medicine that has been incredibly effective for thousands of years, and encourage you all to continue to partake in that. And what I'm doing here in this channel is I'm inviting you all to even uplift your understanding of what medicine is, to maybe upgrade what it is that we as in our minds hold as what medicine is. And for most of last year, I would run these kind of free seminars. And the title of those seminars was You Are the Medicine. Because for a lot of us, the truth is we've never known that. We've never known that our bodies are this incredible pharmacy, this incredible, rainforest, if you will, of opportunity, of literally hormones and peptides and chemical reactions that can actually produce not just any kind of medicine, but some of the most potent medicine that even, pharmacologists can't produce physically. How is that possible? It is possible because, as I've said in the last several videos here, that you are not just a hunk of flesh here. You are made of this incredible, potent, electric light that the ancient Chinese would call qi, the ancient yogis would call prana. And as you're sitting here listening to this, that is what is pulsing through your whole system. And so when we literally change our focus from a focus of three-dimensional reality, that this is just a body and I have to do X, Y, and Z to change the results of what's happening in my body. Again, I'm not knocking that. That's okay. But what we're teaching here, hopefully what you're learning through this channel, is that when we actually connect with what we really are, this powerful electrical force that is always here, we do that through shifting our focus, our attention. That, guys, is the most important thing. If you leave today, and you're like, oh, I don't know about all that. But you take away one thing: know that your attention is so powerful. When you know how to focus it and channel it in the right way, it becomes an incredible force of nature. Now, why don't you have that all the time? Is because you've been distracted. You've been distracted by some maybe limited ideas and beliefs about you, as I've mentioned here, like we've been told things like your body's broken, you have this diagnosis. When I was really sick many years ago, I was told it was all in my head. How many people have been told that? Or, we don't have an answer. Like, you're in so many ways effed up, right? So these beliefs are like messages, and they carry a signal inside of us. And without knowing, most of us unconsciously perpetuate this cycle of believing the lesser parts of these messages rather than what I'm suggesting, which is the former, that you are so much more than that. And even when it gets so challenging, like a lot of folks that I work with have pain, have depression, have anxiety, right? They wake up and they have all these symptoms, and life starts to feel like more of the lack, more the spark and the joy and the fun kind of diffuses, and your world all of a sudden that felt very free and open now all of a sudden feels very closed in. And if that's you, let me know, like in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you and support you in whatever way I can. So when we can channel that focus where it's not distracted by these messages. And now, again, like you might be new here and you might say, yeah, whatever, this is just woo woo. But if you are on my email list, you would have received an email just the other day where I showed a very powerful study that was done by these clinical psychologists and these clinical neuroscientists. Yeah, neurologically studying the brain, the nervous system. And what they found was what I've been saying for years, which is your cells are always listening. They always have an objective listening ability. So these messages that I'm just talking about are you're very suggestive to them. Not necessarily your brain, but the cells are listening. And they're taking in these messages. And as they take them in, they create what most of us will refer to as, or might be familiar with, is the placebo, right? The placebo effect. But did you know there's also what's called a nocebo? A nocebo is these stories where you hear people that get a diagnosis. Like for a lot of clients I've worked with, they get this cancer diagnosis. And then immediately it's like their health just goes in this downward spiral very quickly. Not because of the cancer, not even in some cases because of the treatment, although that can be part of it, but it's more because of this message that you received, that your cells took in this nocebo effect. And what they found in this study is that the people that they took in just it's like a double-blind study, so they took in just what would be considered like healthy, right, by their standards, people. And what they found, which was shocking, is that what the research showed is that these nocebo effects. So someone says, "Oh, you're going to have to live with this pain. Sorry, there's nothing. There's no medication we can do for you, right? Like you're just going to have to manage it, right?" Maybe some of you have heard that before. What they found was that these messages that come from a doctor, come from a healthcare provider, are so much stronger and more, here's the word, persistent on their effect on your health and well-being than a placebo in people that are healthy individuals. So placebo meaning like, oh, we got the cure right here. Here, take this pill, and you pop it in your mouth and you take it and you feel better. But then you find out later the placebo, it was a sugar pill, it wasn't even medicine. But the message you believed was that this pill was going to heal me. And so you got healed. But what this study is saying, guys, is this nocebo effect, a negative message can be so much more stronger, so much more persistent in your system than a placebo. Now, that sounds unfair, right? Why is that? Maybe some of you know because you've been following my channel and watching the videos. The reason is because our nervous system, it's a little bit outdated, let's say. It's still, like, how every year we get a new Apple, this version phone, the iPhone, this, or the Windows version, this, right? Like in some ways, our nervous system is still very old in its application sometimes, meaning that we still run like we're cavemen in the forest or in the mountains. And so what we're looking for is danger first, safety, right? Being safe. So just by default mode, guys, your nervous system is set up to focus on the danger, focus on safety. And so whenever there's a message that kind of triggers that response, that fight or flight or freeze response, it hits your system much stronger than if someone's like, "Oh, I really like your hair that way," or "Wow, you look so handsome," or "You're so smart," And I think we've all experienced that. Like we can take it in, but it feels sometimes not enough. It's not as strong. And it's funny. Like when I first started posting my stuff online years ago, you'd have like 10 comments of positive feedback, and then you get that one really negative, and you can feel how that one negative just like churns in you, and it's hard to let go of. That's a perfect example. So you're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to be something else than what you are. It's just that's how our system is set up. And the work here that I'm offering here in this channel is how do we start to requalify our nervous system so it can start to take in those messages that are actually more in that camp of positive placebo, that start to receive and allow our body, which is always listening, we just already established that, to always take in more of those positive messages and see how we can make those messages stronger. Well, I've actually already alluded to how to do that. You have to connect with your bioelectrical nature, your chi body, your light body, however you want to frame it. You have to feel that energy that you are. It's a weird thing. When I teach this, there's a way you can presence yourself as a physical being, right? Like I'm doing it right now. I just feel grounded in my physical nature. And most people are, well, actually, in truth, not a lot of people are doing that. Most people are more identified with their mental nature, right? And that's why we say we're always in our head, or you're living from the neck up, right? So you're living in this kind of soup of thoughts that are telling you about, it's like a constant comment section that's telling you this about that, a judgment about that person, a judgment about you. And you're just kind of like swimming in this world of thoughts and emotions, right? That's not the neighborhood we want to be in. And believe it or not, neither is the physical nature too. It's better. It's a step up. You're grounded, you're in your body, but there's an even other experience you can have. And so when I relax my breath, instead of my breath, being at I don't know, over 10 breaths per minute, is more in that stress response. And I notice when my breath is at 10 or more breaths per minute, I tend to breathe a little bit higher in my body. But when I start to relax my breath and elongates naturally, so now I'm breathing more like 5 breaths per minute, all of a sudden my felt sense experience in my body starts to drop to the diaphragm and below. And I feel my body more. And the ways you're going to know this is there's certain like what's that word I'm looking for? Um, biofeedback that will let you know you're in the correct way. So one of the ways you're going to know that is when you breathe lower breaths per minute, the breath elongates, it becomes more relaxed. You're going to feel your mind and breath, and really your whole awareness is going to drop down into the center of the body. Where's the center of the body? If you drew a diagram of a person, right? It's not the head, it's not the chest, it's right there in that lower abdomen, the space between the bottom of your feet to the top of your heads or the tops of your fingertips. That's the center of your body. And so when your breath starts to relax, your mind gets away from those swirling thoughts of anxieties, of overwhelm, whatever it is, and it comes down to this natural place. That's where you're most powerful in that moment. That is where you can start to access your bioelectric nature. All right, everyone following along here? I know this is kind of like the formula, right? People ask me all the time in the comments here, how do I do it? How do I do it? Well, those of you who are alive, you're getting it firsthand. This is like your master class for how to transition from those negative effects of the nocebo to the positive effects, some cases, the miraculous effects that a placebo can give you. And you don't need a doctor to do it. Okay, so where are we? We're just establishing that our body's always listening, cells are always listening, right? They're always taking in messages from the food you eat to the quality of the air, to the way your home's situated. This all has an effect. It's like an input. The level of work and stress you have in your life. So if you're someone that is, stressed every day from work, that's going to have an input on your body. But the one that's really key that I keep emphasizing is the dialogue, the inner dialogue you're having, or maybe the relationships you're in. Maybe you're in an unhealthy relationship with somebody, a partner, a spouse, or maybe a boss, or maybe a healthcare practitioner that, kind of isn't the most uplifting or supportive for you. That's an input too. So we have to be mindful of that. We have to be careful of what are the inputs we're entertaining, because regardless of how we feel about it, they're just coming in to the cells. Now, to change the effect of that nocebo to being less and that placebo being more, I already said we have to connect with our bioelectric nature. It's going to be very hard to change the effect of those negative messages to more positive without this secret ingredient. So We have to go into a place of neutrality. We have to relax ourselves. We have to kind of put away the world for a moment. And everyone can do that. Let's just do it now together, everyone here. So, if you will, with me, you can just close your eyes. And I want you to just take a deep breath in as far as you can go. Inhale. And then I want you to just do a little bit more. And then a little bit more. Hold and then exhale out. Feel that release all the way down through your body. And then just start breathing naturally. Don't try to control your breath. Just become aware of it. As you're starting to become more aware of it, this mechanism of the breath being high breaths per minute to lower breaths per minute will happen naturally because you brought your attention inside. So that's another key to pay attention to. If your attention's always outside yourself, your breaths per minute are going to increase. Once you bring your attention inside, those breaths per minute are going to drop. They're going to lower. Is this all making sense? Let me know in the chat. Everyone's been so quiet so far, but I'd love to hear from you. This is why I'm doing it. I want to be available to you all here on my channel. So continue with me. So we're going inside. And as we're going inside, we're just having that objective awareness. The breath is here. And try to let go of the control, the doing, the changing. Just try to be at rest. Relax a little bit more. I guarantee a lot of you right now, as you do this, your breath per minute is dropping. And you can start to feel it in your nervous system. There's kind of like a, what's a good word? A sunkenness, a soaking into your body more. And for me, it just feels like my awareness just soaks into the body deeper. And it starts to just continue down to, again, my belly, my center here. And if you can put your hands on your abdomen. And then you'll start to feel the breath is starting to engage more in the abdominal cavity and less from here. In truth, it's the whole thing, but we're emphasizing the abdominal cavity more. Good. And then just gradually you relax more, your breaths per minute lowers and lowers. Your mind starts to become more calm. When these things all start to come together, then this bioelectrical. See if you can feel it right now. Do you feel a little buzz, a little tingling moving through your body? Maybe down your legs to your feet or to your fingertips or in your face. You start to feel this electricity that you are. And the more and more you kind of like just continue to just step back in your mind. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to judge it. Don't try to judge yourself. Am I doing this right or wrong? Just forget all that. Just play like a child. You're just playing, like feeling this, discovering this. Maybe for some of you, you've done this before. Well, what starts happening is, again, this chi starts waking up in your awareness. And I can feel it now. It's buzzing all through my body, my hands, my tongue. I can feel it in my tongue. I can feel it moving up and down my spine. If you don't feel that, that's okay. I've been doing this a long time. But once you feel that, now you're in the crystal palace. Now you're in the place where you can change the relationship of those messages and the impact they have on you. So when you are in this place, then you can bring in something really close to your heart. Maybe you had, I don't know, like my son yesterday gave me a surprise just out of nowhere. It was like this beautiful blessing he just gave me. Oh, my heart just filled up with so much love and appreciation. So I take that blessing that he gave me into my heart right now while I'm feeling this bioelectricity. So find something like that for you. Maybe it's just a small thing, like you're feeling the sun, the warmth of the sun on your skin, and it feels so good. Or maybe you're just like, wow, thank you. I have a roof over my head. I have people that care for me. I have people that love me in my life. Bringing your attention to those things as you're experiencing this electrical nature you are. And you just kind of play with it. With each breath, you're kind of just fanning this message, because that's what it is. So I'm feeling this incredible amount of gratitude in this moment for my son. Like feeling so much love in my heart that, he saw me in a way and gave me this beautiful gift, and how appreciated and how grateful I am. And I can just feel that now tingling and buzzing through my whole body. It's becoming potent, guys. It's becoming magnetized. It's increasing. Yeah, and as I'm doing, I'm getting the goosebumps through my whole body. Always a good sign. And I can feel now that the master glands in my brain are producing different quality of hormones, different peptides. So whatever they are, I don't have to know. They just feel good. They feel like more serotonin, let's say, or dopamine, or oxytocin, all of these incredible things, but they're very potent. I can feel them. And now, like, just, whoa, like beautiful, like almost kind of blissful waves of sensation through my body. That is healing happening right now. So regardless what level of pain you have, what level of fatigue you have, what level of symptoms you have, this is the medicine. This is the medicine that your cells are now drinking in. Man, make sure you just feel that. It's like your body's like a sponge, and it's just soaking this message in more and more with all this potent electricity with it. And oftentimes, when you get into this state more and more, you'll just naturally have a smile on your face. One of the teachings one of my teachers gave me long ago, which is a beautiful practice. I have a video here on the YouTube channel doing it. And we used to make the prayer position right over our hearts, right? Touching that heart center, and we'd say, smile. So you smile either in your face or you smile in your heart. And you say, I am blessed. Smile. I am blessed. And you feel what it feels like to be blessed. And you keep taking that message in deeper and deeper. Before you know it, you're going to feel so much more at peace, so much more radiance, so much more bliss coming through you. That is it, guys. That's the medicine. You don't have to know about is it lowering my inflammation numbers this way, or is my blood chemistry changing this way? I mean, you can do your own experiments with it. I've done it. It's fascinating, but you don't, the key is you don't have to know that. All you have to know is this formula, this feeling, and you have to exercise it. You have to be with it, preferably, depending on your condition, multiple times a day. Return back to this, regardless of what your condition was. And this is how I did it. This is how I healed myself and have helped many people heal, just by doing this. So people ask about wanting to work with me or needing some more information. This is it. You just do this simple formula every day. And I offer this to you because I want more and more people to really take to this. Now, I've had people that have worked with me. I've taught them this, and unfortunately, they don't do it. You know, um, this isn't how do I want to say, a passive approach to medicine. It is a proactive approach for you. You have to grab the steering wheel. You have to grab those reins, and you have to be the one that has to take responsibility. Meaning that whatever your circumstance is, however, how bad it is, you have the ability right now in this moment to change that through shifting your awareness, focus, just like what I taught. And if you do that every day, look out. Powerful things are going to happen to you. Powerful medicine is going to start to activate inside you. This is the best, guys, because I'll tell you why it's the best. Because your body knows you better than any doctor, than any medicine, any healthcare provider, any health expert, right, on YouTube. Your body knows you better. So you just have to tune into that. And I gave you the formula how to do it. And then you just do it again and again and again. And if you practice this regularly, you'll start seeing massive change. So that's really the message I wanted to give you all today in our live stream. I'm curious if there's any other questions. It doesn't look like there's any questions. Just checking. Does anyone have any questions? This is your chance, guys. You have me here live. Normally you just see my videos or my shorts, but you're here live to interact with me. Don't be afraid. This is your opportunity. If you have something pressing in your heart, please go ahead and ask away. Otherwise, you might have to wait another month, or you have to shell out some money to connect with me with some of my work and programs. So, yeah, I guess everyone's a little bit shy today with the questions. Or that, or you all just got it. You all figured it out. Either way is okay. Well, if there's no questions, then I'm going to close today. And like I said, this is so important, so important for you. If you just take this video and you repeat this again and again, multiple times a day, your life's going to change. Guarantee it. But you got to do the work. You have to put in the time. You have to be disciplined. You have to set yourself up for success. To do that, you have to make time to do this. Duncan O'Brien says, will you share the practical part as a short video too? I'll try, Duncan. To be completely honest here, I am the most tech person. I am so analog. So the fact I'm even here and got here is pretty miraculous. I have sometimes people help me a lot on the back end of my business, putting videos up and stuff. So I'll see what I can do. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, though. But if I can, yeah, figure it out. I would love to share that in a short. Um, but that's really it, guys. Like that's when you understand the truth of what you are, which is an incredible, every moment you have that ability to change you. You have that ability to change your situation. Now, I know sometimes when we're in the thick of it, when we're in, debilitating pain and symptoms like I have been, it's very, very hard. I get it. And you can still do it. It may just be like feeling like a drop in an empty bucket at first. But if you do it again and again, like I'm suggesting, before you know it, that bucket's filled with, that much, and then that much, and then that much. And before you know, whatever the imbalances in your body are, it just needs enough critical mass to shift. And that critical mass is you, where your attention is. And so if you do it consciously in this way, again and again, you will inevitably produce potent medicine that will heal you. What else? Let's see. Duncan has another question or comment. He says, have felt this both ways. Cool. Yeah. So you know what it's like. Appreciate you, Duncan, for sharing your experience and your questions too. And for all of you that's tuning in live, appreciate you coming in today. I know it's always a choice, right? We can zoom in and just chill out and watch Netflix or do something else, but you're all here because I think somewhere in your heart you all know you want this more in your life. You want more of this kind of ability to transform whatever it is, if it's your health, if it's your financial situation, if it's your relationships. Because here's the thing that, like when I work with people, I always tell them, I say, you know what? You're going to really love when your pain goes away, but you're going to love it even more when your life starts changing. That is the big change, because if you think about it, the pain is just a result of many circumstances in your past that have led you to this experience you're having now. So once you start changing the course of your life through consistent, potent, powerful messages that go from your conscious self to your subconscious self and land into your body, you will heal, as I said. And as you heal, you will also begin to, because those messages just keep compounding. It's like a good investment that just keeps compounding and compounding. And before you know it, your energy field starts to change. And people look at you different. They're like, wow, your energy is different. Did you change your hair? What have you done differently? And all you've been doing is just saturating yourself in this experience. So it starts to change your vibration, starts to change your frequency. And so guess what? Like attracts like. So more of those opportunities start showing up, more of those people that are in vibration with that, in frequency with that harmony, they will be attracted to that. And so more and more things start happening to you, more and more blessings start coming your way. So there you go. Wonderful. Thank you, Duncan, for tuning in. And thank you all that are here live today. I appreciate you all. And if you haven't, please subscribe to this channel. I love it. If you could all, give this a little like. So the algorithm loves that. It sends it out to more and more people. So if you could please do that. And then if you're wanting more support, to, beyond what I've shared here today, my next suggestion would be to either grab my other masterclass that's in, I'll try to put it in the description here, but it's on the YouTube profile. You can just click on my link, and it'll be in one of those links there that is Goodbye Pain. Goodbye Pain. So you'll get to hear more of this message in a different way, in a different context, and a couple other different practices on that masterclass. So that's another way, and you can get that for free. And then if you want to take this another level deeper, you can either purchase my Pain to Peace toolkit. It's a 7-day toolkit. That's an option for you. And then if you want to even go further, and maybe you want really to work with me one-on-one with my coaching programs, then you can book a call with me. And that link's also there my homepage, and is in all my videos in the description. And we reserve those kind of booking calls to people that are really serious to, make that commitment to a coaching program. So if you're just interested in buying a product or you're there, do me a favor, don't book a call, wait for those moments when you're ready to take that next step. Just keep tuning in here live. But if your heart's calling you to want to be, led more, facilitated by me or somebody else like me, it's mostly me, but I have other connections with coaches, then you can book a call with me. All right, folks, I really appreciate you all, sending you all lots of love today and blessings. And may you take this and really integrate it into your life for more healing, more just beautiful experiences of joy and abundance, and truthfully more love in your life. So may that be so for you. It is so. And I thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you all. See you on the next video. Bye now.